start recording, then pull up my notes because I only have so many screens to work with. As you enter the studio, you'll see Olaf seated behind his desk. He looks like he's quickly scribbling on what appears to be an actual standard 3x5 note card. Now, when I wrote this earlier, by the way, I thought about trying to convert it to metric, and I was like, no, I think you'll get the idea of a standard 3x5 note card. He's wearing a dark long sleeve shirt, and over that, a teal sweater vest with a collar low enough that the collar of his shirt can actually overlap that. Excuse me. On the collar, of course, is the pin sporting the Lyran Debutantes team logo. And then he motions for you to take a seat with one hand as he pushes the stack of note cards aside with the other, and then waits for the production team to do their whole little, 3, 2, 1. And he goes, and we're back, Mech fans. And let me tell you, that last match was more or less how I thought it was going to go. But that's not important because, as always, something new and shiny has been plopped down right in front of us. And that is, of course, our very next match that is even now being set up to start. I am Olaf Krieg, and this is the Triple Press, brought to you by the fine folks of the Donegal Media Group, the Solaris Broadcasting Company, and of course our own Krieg Dominion Media, bringing you all the mech news and mech fights and mech interviews you can stomach and then some ever since 3022. Our next match features one of two expansion teams, and let me tell you, this team is not doing so well. Admittedly, every match they've been in, the Rock City Wolverines have hit the gates swinging, but whether from missed shots or poor decisions in the moment or some other reason, the Wolverines are currently without even a single win. But don't count them out yet, or at least that's what their owner-manager Sarah McAvoy has to say. But even that may not be enough. Facing off against the Wolverines are none other than the Lyran Debutantes, recently under new management in the form of Baron Isaac Weissman. And let me tell you, friends, despite his current record of 1 win and 2 losses, Weissman has already started to turn his team well around from where they were in previous seasons. All the analysts and predictive models indicate it's a good chance the Debs will win tonight, but once the shooting starts, it's anything goes. To help discuss that battlefield chaos and to answer some questions, joining me in studio now is the aforementioned Baron Isaac Weissman, manager for the Debutantes. Baron, I'm sorry I slaughtered your name, but welcome. Good to see you once again.
I'll laugh. It's all right. It's been a busy day. It's been a hectic day as far as the matches go, and I know that you've been working hard, so I appreciate you taking the time to have a chat with me before the match today as well, regardless of how you say my name.
Well, that's always appreciated. As you can see, I'm using my own note cards here because nobody can find my damn intern. It's been a week, maybe even longer since anybody's seen him last. Maybe he just quit, and I don't know. We'll get to that another time.
I'd be happy to look into my staff if I've got somebody that I could send your way to help you out there.
Well, that would be appreciated. Apparently, our budget doesn't allow for personal assistance. At any rate, Isaac, if you wouldn't mind, let's talk about your last match. You went up against the Dragonborn last week. Up here in the studio, it looked very much like a slow-moving fight, each team and each mech jockeying for that one perfect spot. Unfortunately, you lost, but as always, you didn't go down without putting up a fair exchange. Would you care to elaborate on last week's match?
I mean, I spoke about it last week, but let me once again I suppose, apologize to the fans of this sport that they come here for fast-moving, explosive action. I could never have won that battle. I had a chance by playing as a sneaky git to try and get myself a win. I missed out right last minute there, and I appreciate for the fans that match would have seemed slow and not very exciting. But I had to do what was needed for the team to try and get the team where we want it to be. If you want to see more of the debutantes, we need to make sure that we get the points to put ourselves into the playoffs this year. And so all I can say is I regret nothing. But I do appreciate that I owe the fans at least an acknowledgement of their feelings. And so tonight I can say that I want to be a little bit more explosive out of the gate. We'll have to wait and see how the train falls and what my opponent brings, but hopefully today's action will be a bit faster paced than it was last week.
Of that, we could probably argue that it'll probably be faster paced. But I do want to point out that, yes, the fans want the big booms and they want to see carnage. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes battles aren't just explosive action. And sometimes there's a lot of judicious movement, pre-planned thoughts, things of that nature that when it finally comes to that big boom that everybody's expecting, that stuff is just as important. I kind of lost my train of thought there a little bit, but needless to say, it was an exciting match to watch, just not as high energy as some may have expected.
I had to make some choices with the debutantes, and a lot of it was built around my week 3 match, and that meant I had to go for a team which was highly mobile, energy efficient. Now, what that meant was I had to forgo PPCs. Anything like I just don't have the hard hitting weapons. Realistically, a battle against the debutantes would be a death by 1,000 cuts. So if you're looking for those massive shots that suddenly an arm comes flying off, you may not see that with this team. But what you will see is, I think, technical execution of our opponents.
There you go. Technical expertise. Indeed. Now, the Debutantes truly have turned a new leaf since you arrived. Last week, you were tied for second place, and you're currently fourth now that the Industrialists skyrocketed to the top. Your team is second overall in Met kills, and your man Cliff is at the top of the leaderboard for Met kills by pilot. Overall, I'd say your team has effectively done a 180 since your arrival, and while you certainly can take some credit for that, where else would you like to place recognition for the efforts of your team thus far this season, and what will you be doing to keep that spirit alive moving forward?
So, look, the whole team has been great. Our tech team has kept every single mech functioning battle to battle, which gives us options. Our pilot team, as you mentioned, Alexandria, she is an incredible pilot, and I really worry that the bigger leagues, the Solaris, we're going to lose her there. I could easily see her entering the main arena as a single combatant if that's the way she chose to go. But for now, I try to make a family. We try to have a family of people here, and a family wins and loses together. So we make sure that everybody feels the right outcomes. I've implemented a commission system in the team, so obviously their individual pay packets improve as they bring in the victories. So yeah.
And I do apologize. I realize I called Cliff the man. I don't always have all my notes in front of me. Again, may I point to the non-existent intern?
Look, you know what I think this league. I think this league is missing, Olaf. I think that if this league continues to grow as it does, I would love to see all of our pilots adopt call signs. I think that call signs would really go places, and that allows, because obviously it's hard to have a masculine or feminine surname. It is what it is.
True,
but
true.
for the pilots that feel they need to call it out, they can then pick call signs that are very clear.
There you go. That could be one way to solve that problem. Now, with week 5 approaching, I'm sure you're aware your next opponent will be the Science Spirits. The Spirits have a history of being a tough contender, though last year they did fall off to some degree, and this year they are not faring as well either, currently tied for 7th place with, of all teams, the Torian Nationals. Is the match against the Spirits a quote-unquote stepping stone match, or will it be a match that is taken a bit more seriously with more arduous preparation or training?
There's no such thing as a stepping stone match, Olaf. I take every single match seriously. I've been watching the Spirits closely. I've been watching the Nationals who will be playing the week after closely. I will sit down and analyze every second of their match this week because that'll tell me a lot about what they will be able to bring and how they'll be able to bring it next week. I don't write them off. I've been following this for a few years. They were right there in the finals against the Industrialists only 3 years ago. So I won't write any team off. Even tonight's team, who are unfortunately having some trouble, and I fear something of a death spiral. Because I like these expansion teams. I think it's a great move for the sport to bring these sorts of teams in. I just hope they don't get in a situation where a few losses means that they become untenable. That's really, the debutantes were almost there when I came in, and that was a shame to see. Such a great warrior a stable falling on such hard times because of something as simple as paying bills.
Yes, and we in the league are trying to do what we can. Of course, I realize I'm barely a spokesperson for the League of Officials, but that's a stretch, to be totally honest. But I do feel like the league is doing what they can for the teams that are not faring as well as they are. Of course, there's limitations because of the regulations and the rulings from the Solaris Gaming Commission. But each team here has fought to stay here, and I think if nothing else, I almost said opposition, the Wolverines, they are fighting hard and they're managing to maintain their finances. So hopefully, knock on wood, nothing further gets in the way of that, and hopefully, maybe not necessarily at your expense, but perhaps their next match, they manage to find a way to stay viable financially speaking.
So
Uh,
let me just say, Olaf, as a preview, it may not come up, but there may be certain things that happen tonight where you might see the debutantes implement some interesting strategies in order to win the game, but still support this expansion team.
Interesting. Well, we'll be watching because as it is, that match is going to be starting here in just a moment. The teams are already starting to move out on the field, so let's direct our gaze towards the monitors and watch this hot mech on mech action between the Debutantes and the Wolverines. And I can't believe I actually fucking wrote that in my script. It was funny when you brought up the spirits. By the way, I kind of did that on purpose. I wanted to try to kind of goad that little fact that you had played as the spirits for the finals at one match.
Well, they've had largely the same mech allotment for the time being. They had the Marauder and the Awesome and
Yeah.
the Firestarter for a while. So
Yeah. All right. I have already. Let me grab all my stuff here. I've got traveler notes all over the place. That's gonna get in my way.
so while you're looking at that, let me just share with you that I
Yeah.
earlier today decided to just run this battle against the bot to see how it would go,
Yeah.
and it didn't go well for me.
No.
Now I had in navigator settings. It was literally default settings, so no edge, group initiative, etc.
Okay.
But first round, Hunchback needing a 12 to hit, got a headshot on the guillotine
Oh.
with the AC-10, took off all the armor and one internal structure.
Ooh.
Second round, needing a 9 to hit with the AC-10, second headshot, took off the guillotine's head.
Oh, you got so the same pilot scored 2 headshots consecutively on really high numbers. That's I told you the story I think last week. I know I've mentioned it here. I had created a mercenary command playing Mega Mech or against the bot, Mech HQ, something like that. And in the very first round of, we'll call it effective fire, of the very first mission, of the very first contract of that mercenary outfit, the mercenary commander took a Gauss round to the face and died. So we all know how the RNG can be relentless and unforgiving.
Indeed.
I have already added 1 experience point to every pilot and tech for both teams, so let's go ahead and resolve the midweek events.
All right, my first one is a marketing roll.
Yep. So go ahead and give me a 2d6 with a 3.
Oh, I got a 3. That's probably nothing. I'm thinking
that's going to be exactly nothing, unfortunately.
Okay, it's not a 2.
Second, yeah, it's only slightly better of nothing.
Right, under training,
yep,
only
training
a 6 on
is
the training.
The total of 6. I am not on the right page.
I think 7's the minimum to get something good out of it.
I believe it's
Or
8.
8.
Yeah, 8. 8. You need,
Okay.
or rather, you need an 8 to get something, as you said. All right, so nothing there, unfortunately. Wolverines have chosen marketing. I almost said training. So let's see what they get. And they get a total of 10.
Nice.
Which will give them plus 2d3 wealth. So 1 roll. That's not how you spell roll. Holy crap. Roll 2d3 for a total of 4. So let's go ahead and throw that in their finances now. Okay. Other marketing. 4. And then lastly, for you, good sir, you have indicated that you will be doing gather intelligence. So go ahead and give me a 2d6.
Only a 5.
That is unfortunate. So no surprises. No counter surprises, I should say.
All right. I'm gonna guess here before you stick it up.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna guess we've got a quick draw with a 3/4 pilot.
Uh-huh.
A Phoenix Hawk with a 4/5 pilot and a Hunchback with a 4/5 pilot.
Well, you win 1 for, or 1 for 1. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, it's almost like you were watching videos or something. All right. Let's go ahead and give you your mechs. Go ahead and take a moment, review them.
Yep. I'm gonna quickly.
And of course, go ahead.
I'm just playing with my ammunition. That's all.
Yeah.
And making sure we've got tactics in here as well. We do.
You do have a good, fairly large. Actually, I did the math earlier. Was it this match or was it a different match? It might have been a different match. Anyway, you're looking at almost double the. Well, no, that's not really double because 36 times 2 is 72. You're at 64.
Yeah, not quite double.
Yeah, you got about like a 5 to 4. Yeah, you know what? Math is it's the weekend. I don't need to math this hard, so why am I trying? You do have a
But
tonnage advantage, though.
yep, you do need to set a generated map though, so I can then
Oh,
head
I
and pick the
do.
corner.
I do. That
So,
is correct. I sometimes forget that. I usually remember somewhere along the way, but I got into, bumping my gums. All
all
right,
right,
21 by 21. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the northwest
That
today.
puts me in the southeast.
Yeah,
When you're ready, sir, please click
I'm
done.
done. All right, so it begins.
Indeed. I got the better share of initiative, but it's only the deployment phase, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, how's this map? Look, this is nice. Look, hilly map. It's got some
Got
trees.
some dead zones.
I feel good about the area that I picked. So,
Yeah.
what have we got? The Phoenix Orc up first. So I think we need to put this guy.
Funny you mentioned too about all your techs are keeping all your machines running. I'm sitting over here and I just got done recording recording a fight with my son last night, who's got half his stable currently crippled.
I watched it. I watched the fight. Yeah.
I was like, God damn, dude. Oh, that was pretty hilarious to me. And that, I mean, it is what it is. It sucks. uh, but unfortunately, that's just the way it goes when you have a brand new team starting out.
Yep.
Why can't I deploy him? Oh, because okay, never mind. Silly. Okay. All right, got a fair spread on the initiative, but I think I got the slight advantage. Let's see. Let's go play hide and seek with guns. Found a guillotine.
What is it you were doing, by the way, that lets you look at the line of sight between the two hexes?
Middle mouse click. You select the hex you select the
Oh,
two
there you go.
individual hexes.
Never knew that. There we
Yeah.
go.
It'll tell you, it'll give you a range. It'll tell you what obstructions you have, like
Yep.
trees and smoke and all that. I believe it also reports level difference, but I could be wrong. I don't always look for that. I'm usually looking at the range and or. No, it doesn't say. Oh, it does tell you height. Okay. Tomorrow evening, I'll be recording. Well, if you're watching this video on YouTube, it could very well be this evening, but coming up real soon, I guess, is the match with between the Dragonborn and the Honeybees. That video will be going live Monday morning. Ooh, excuse me. So I see a guillotine. I'm wondering if somebody is using the hills as cover to come around and be a sneaky get to me. I think that's what he's doing. All right. Definitely playing cat and mouse games here. All right, James, I'm on to you. You're doing the same shit my kid did to you. Sins of the
Well, I
sun.
mean, so Talus's group is best off like hanging back, waiting for you to come to them. But I had to lure him out in that game.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
that Jenner though. I've been sending that Jenner out on probing strikes just to be an ass. Send
I'm
him out.
happy with this initiative.
Yeah, I bet. I barely looked at it. Oh, that's actually not bad. That's 50-50
It's
all
you, me,
around.
you, me, you, me.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's not so bad. Yes. I don't really want to do that though. About fuck it. I guess that's what we'll do. Lots of hills on this fight. That's Yeah, so that fight with Talus last night. Jeez, man. I didn't even realize until like round it was like literally round 6 or 7, I think, when I realized that my voice wasn't being recorded whatsoever. Uh and that was a pretty good fight cuz he had me basically chasing him all around the map, trying to get good shots on him. Then we had to restart. I see something of a firing line over there. Okay. uh So my hunchback has a shot on your guillotine. I won't tell you the target number. I won't tell you the weapon system. But you've had something of a prediction on that. uh oh, we hit the guillotine. Not in the face, apparently.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that my AC-10 could hit, but it needed a 12, I was like, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Hunchback safe, guillotine hit. And Phoenix Hawk safe, Phoenix Hawk safe. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't like this initiative order. Let's see. Also, what I took away from your prediction of what the Wolverines would be bringing to the field is that they're going to need to change their mix up. They're getting predictable. They just need better mechs. That's the problem. But they haven't had enough money to get better mechs. They've been scraping by. Excuse me. Oh, swamps. Those are fun to avoid. All right, let's see what we got this time around. Taking some more hits, and then a few more. Hunchback. Excuse me, taking some hits. Hunchback firing at the guillotine. AC-10 hits, but it hits on the left torso. Laser hits. Hunchback takes a couple more hits. Hunchback takes a bunch more hits from the guillotine. That's why I started signaling that bastard out. Oh, there's a head hit, but it gets re-rolled with edge. Oh, that's a Hunchback pilot with one edge now. Both mechs are still standing. No melee. Heat is managed. And I get shit on in the initiative round. It's 95 to 96 favoring the Debutantes. I might have to do some a little bit more crazy on the maneuvering, but I don't have a lot of options if I keep losing the initiative like this. Let's see. Yeah, I thought your Wolverine was going to do that. Did not account for the Phoenix Hawk maybe doing that. The Hunchback's fucked. Let's just say that. Uh,
See how this goes.
yeah, I'm not sure this is going to go well or not. All right. Yep. That's not good. That's not good at all. All right. Hunchback. Let's see. Guillotine misses the Hunchback. Quick draw hits the Wolverine. 3 out of 4 missiles hit. And then the Phoenix Hawk gets a single medium laser off. And it takes out a freaking heat sink, knocking the Hunchback all the way up to heavy damage. Wolverine fires, hits with 3 out of 6 missiles. My Phoenix Hawk misses yours. My Hunchback misses your Wolverine. That is unfortunate. Wolverine's having a tough time here. Yeah, I wonder if the Hunchback's going to get kicked. He does. Internal structure. And then the Wolverine kicks at the... Oh, I must have missed that. Oh, he's a level up too, isn't he?
Yeah.
God damn it. That means I definitely missed that. See, quick draw. Heat is managed across the board. My Hunchback's getting a little warm. It's because they lost a heat sink.
It's more
92.
even mix
More,
of initiative.
more even, but I'm still losing the initiative. I don't like where this is going. 92 to 95, favoring the Debutantes still. Hmm. I don't know if that's a good move to make or not, but I made it. I committed. All right. Wolverine taking some more hits. And some more hits. Man, that center torso is just getting smashed. Medium laser on the center torso. AC-10 on the center torso. Quick draw takes a couple of shots at, or rather, yeah, there we go. I can English. And the guillotine. Oh my. Quick draw crippled. Holy shit.
Made both his piloting checks though to stay standing
Yeah,
on 8s.
that's wild. He went from lightly damaged to crippled, and he didn't even take a lot of shots. Well, he took a bunch of shots, but he didn't take a lot of damage, really.
It's good his CT armor was already low.
It must have been.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, because it kept getting hammered, I
Yeah.
guess. Oh, man, that's just so unfortunate. Ugh. All right, let's see what happens here. We got the melee phase now. Thankfully, my quick draw is still technically standing slash floating, hovering in the air. We did displace the Phoenix Hawk. I saw that. Let's see what happens here. Hunchback kicks the Wolverine. Wolverine kicks the Hunchback. Phoenix Hawk kicks the Hunchback. Internal damage on the Hunchback, taking him up to. Oh, I already got the Hunchback at heavy damage. Quick Draw misses with the DFA, displaces the Phoenix Hawk, and the Quick Draw falls over. No edge remaining now. Man takes a hit. Total of 1 hits so far. Wolverine. PSR. Hunchback. PSR. Hunchback falls over, takes a head hit, re-rolls it, and the pilot is not injured. Wow, that's man, if ever there was a symbol for a team to just like give it up, that might have been it right there. God damn. Ah.
All right, how do we do? Well, you got the better side of the initiative now.
Yeah. 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 After my battle value percent dropped significantly. And 2 of 3 mechs are currently on their ass. Oh, yes, prone is the technical term. And one of them is crippled, actually, with an engine hit and gyro hit.
That is true.
So he's going to be withdrawn shortly. Let me see who got that shot in on him. I don't think anybody else hit the quick draw during the melee phase. Let's see. Quick draw. Guillotine. That's Cliff getting yet another kill. The quick draw will be withdrawing once it comes up to him. Or her, as the case may be. Because I don't remember what gender man is. All right. Where, of course you went there. Which is actually a really good place to go because I can't go directly behind you because now it's 2 levels below you, it looks like.
Yeah.
Elevation 1 and elevation.
No, it's 1 to 2.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm on 2. I'm on 2. The heavy woods behind are 1-1.
Yeah. A shame that my hunchback can't jump.
Well, it's hard to jump when you start the turn prone.
That too.
Yep.
But
You need an ability to like just slide along the ground, on your back.
Oh, that's funny. The image I had in my head. Are you familiar with the term shrimping? I believe it is in
No.
in a hand-to-hand combatives sort of thing.
I don't think so. No, it's not one I come across.
I may have the wrong word in mind, but in short, you're on your back and you're kind of shimmying along your back, trying to move away from your opponent.
Yeah.
And that was the image I got, except with a 50-ton hunchback doing it.
The fact is that so much modern hand-to-hand combat goes to the ground now.
Yeah.
That if you're
I don't know if that's a good
that you want to be in a situation where you can fight well on the ground, which is why BJJ is so common for MMA fighters, because it's got a lot of good stuff for groundwork.
Yeah. Although I've been told, I have had hardly any actual legit combatives training. In the Army, we had varying level, I think 3 different levels of training, and every now and again, the unit I was in, we would do for our morning physical fitness some form of like we just have everybody go out there and go through some of the basic drills or whatever. And I believe the term was shrimping, like I said, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Look, I've always wanted to in BattleTech get to use the thrash move.
Is that the one where you're literally just a giant ass battle mech having
You're on the ground prone,
toddler
and
temper tantrum?
You're covered in anti-mech infantry, and you
Yeah.
just thrash about to crush them.
Yeah, yeah. So literally, it's a 100-ton battle mech doing the toddler tantrum. Jesus Christ, I can't even say it. I know what you're saying though. Yeah, that is hilarious to me. Move. Oh my. That's not good. Not good at all. My team is literally being torn apart here. Hunchback. Internal structure. Loses a whole ass arm. And a right torso. Are you reading that? No, it's already transferring over. Guillotine taking internal structure damage though, but ooh wee, that's so much damage for you.
Hate to tell you this, but Thief got the kill again.
Oh my god, are you serious right now, James? Guillotine is just blowing up the Hunchback. Oh man, all the way up to crippled because I saw the engine gyro hit there. That's going to be 2 out of 3 mechs destroyed, defeated. So pretty sure this is a done deal. Oh, I gotta make that. That was on the guillotine, Clift. Yep.
Yep.
Clift, you know you got 2 teammates that could have used that kill crit. I'm just saying. Stop being so greedy. Fuck it. I need a 10, and I missed. No, it hit. A hit. I got a kick in.
Nice.
It's not gonna do any damn good to win the match, but wow. I'm just gonna type defeat and we can click through because there's no reason for this pilot to keep going. The lone Phoenix Hawk does not need a ballad written about him. Oh shit. Oh man. Where was the bot when I needed it? When I needed to hit the guillotine with an AC-10 on a 12. That's what
So could you make a note
Yes.
that the Hunchback pilot gets a kill because the Wolverine pilot is signaling ejection flare, a surrender flare.
Okay. Hunchback pilot gets a kill. That is one of my newer ones actually. And I guess he messed up that Wolverine a little bit, huh? That I
No,
missed.
it was pretty fine.
He just decided to give the old salute across the battlefield, huh?
Well, because the payout is dependent upon combined victory
It
points.
is. It is.
So
Yes.
by giving him victory points, we both get more money.
Yes. Yes, indeed. That definitely sounds like something a Lyran would pull off. I'll allow it, I guess. It's who am I to argue? Who am I to argue with a Lyran about finances? All right. Well, there you go. There's your win, James. Oh man. All right. Let's see what I got to figure out here. Who won? Well, clearly not the fucking Wolverines that I've been wanting to win all season because they represent my home state. Okay. Victory points. 3 for winning. You killed a heavy. That's 3 more. And you killed a medium. That's 2 more. For a total
if you're declaring defeat, does that mean I also took out the? Is that basically mean that the Phoenix Hawk surrendered?
Yeah, the Phoenix Hawk surrendered.
Okay, so I get the full 7.
You know what? That's a fair point.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have typed victory. I would have just kept shooting at it.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah.
you would have gotten the kill regardless. So I guess technically speaking, you got the kill on that one. I don't know who did the last bit of damage on the Phoenix Hawk. That was going way back. Well, not way back.
I'll find it. You keep working. I'll find who did it.
So that will be another 2 points. That takes a total up to 10. And then for the Wolverines, 1 victory point for losing, and then scoring 2 for the Wolverine kill gives them 3 for a final score of 10-3. Let's see what's next. Who won? Fans. Pull up my rules here. Fans is resolved up here. Draft. A little bit more. There we go. Fans. All right. James, when you have a second, I need a 2d6 roll. You will have +1 added to it.
Damn it.
12. No, that's good. That's good because
No,
this is your fans roll.
Oh, I thought this was a draft roll first.
No.
Okay.
You actually gain
Yeah.
4 fans. Holy shit.
Okay.
+1 for winning. So that's a total of 5 fans. What else we got? 2d6. Jesus, these Wolverines are not gonna have many fans left here. 2d6 -1 for losing and -2 additional because now this is a 4-loss streak, so that's -3. Ugh. Yeah. Well, they only had 1 fan, so they're not. You can't lose that one super dedicated ultra fan. Wealth. We already know how that's going to work out. Total of 13, which means 23 wealth goes to the Debutantes. 13 wealth goes to the Wolverines. Let's go ahead and start updating spreadsheets.
It was my Phoenix Hawk that hit your Phoenix Hawk, by the way.
Your Phoenix Hawk. That is Tariq.
Yeah.
All right. So, spreadsheets. Starting with the Wolverines, because it'll be smaller numbers. All right. Change the 3 to a 4. Cumulative victory points, 9 + 3 is 12. No fans. And then match earnings, 13. And then 1 for the fan base. Then we go to the other team, the Debutantes. We update their stuff. 2 wins, 2 losses. 20 + 10 is 30. And they have gained 5 fans, taking them up to 18 total. And a 2 for the secret roll modifier. Match earnings.
Gonna roll a d6 now?
You can.
Yeah, it's a 4.
Plus the 2?
Yep,
Excuse me. That is a total of 6. And that is all we will say about the super secret scroll roll.
Okay.
Because there is a legit reason for that. 14 for the fans. Taking you currently up to 75, but now we got to figure out the next bit, the draft. Now is the 2d6 roll for the draft, and you have a +1 because you won. Total of 7. Nobody is drafted from your team. And now for the Wolverines, 2d6 -1 for losing and an additional 2 because they're on a 3+ loss streak, meaning 2d6 -3 for a total of 2. Nobody's interested in drafting these scummy ass Wolverines. This really breaks my heart, James, that the Wolverines can't catch a goddamn break. What's next? Maintenance. Let's talk maintenance. Starting with the Debutantes. You have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mechs. You had 3 on the field. That means your maintenance is -3. Your salaries. 2 for all the regulars and greens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's -8 in salaries. Now for the Wolverines. They have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 mechs currently. All of them are maintained. 3 went to the field, so they only have a -1 for maintenance. And then for salaries, 2, 3, 4. They are having an easier time of managing their funds because they don't have much to manage overall. As long as they can keep their shit working, they're still in the fight. Let's talk repair rolls. You do have a -5 maintenance repair modifier for your sponsorship. Your guillotine is at moderate damage, which is a heavy mech, so that's going to be 4 right there. Your Wolverine is at... I only have the Wolverine at light, but that doesn't sound right.
I don't think that I'm just trying, because I definitely didn't take a single critical location at any of my mechs all the way through. But let me what I did, I saved the salvage logs. Let me quickly open up the salvage log and I'll tell you what the status of the mech is.
Yeah, because I remember the Wolverine was low, like the green changed to yellow.
Yeah.
But I could be misremembering something.
I mean, you can get there just by losing a whole bunch of armor.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah. Fuck, where did it's any status? That's right. Give me a sec.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and calculate the Wolverines repair bill here. Quick draw is at crippled, so that's a heavy at crippled, which is going to be an 8. Phoenix Hawk did take some damage.
Okay, Wolverine took no internal, just took a shitload of external.
Okay, so my notes are correct then. So yeah, you actually walk away with 0 in repair costs and 0 medical. You racked up a repair bill of 5, but your sponsorship cancels it out.
Yeah, the gear team went internal, so the gear team was on medium. That's it, but no crits.
The Hunchback went to crippled. That's a medium mech. Crippled is a 4. Yeah, medium mech crippled. So their repair bill. Oh god, that sucks.
Quick draw was crippled too, wasn't it?
Yeah. The Wolverine's repair bill is the exact figure of the match winnings, and a -1 for medical. So,
may I pay their quick draws repair bill out of my money?
you can. There is no rule specifically denying it. There was something of a storyline briefly, because we had done something similar in 3022. Certain concessions were made from one team to another, and then that team sent some of their money over to a third team in order to keep them viable. So there is something of a precedent.
So originally, I was actually thinking I was going to offer during the interview at the start to the Wolverines owner that any unit that was surrendered and I won, I'd pay that unit's repair bill. Is it basically to try and incentivize them surrendering units? I didn't do it in the end, but the only that would have mattered for would be then the quick draw.
Yeah. All right.
So is it 6 for the quick draw?
8. Let me double check that because it was a heavy mech crippled. Yeah, it is 8.
Okay.
All right. So I'll go ahead and make that adjustment.
Yep.
That's actually going to be -5 to repair. Let me go ahead and update spreadsheets again. Starting with the Debutantes. Repair bill is, I know I said 0, but it's -5, and then 0, and then repair sponsor is 5, so that comes back out. Your marketing didn't work. And then go over to the Wolverines. Their repair bill is 13, oops, -13. Medical is -1. Other is Liran Pity. I'm just gonna type that in there. I'll remember later what it is because of the joke I'm making. And then that should do it for finances. Now we have, it's already figured in. Now we have the repair rolls. Hope you got that 1d6 copied and ready to paste.
Yep.
All right, you have only a few rolls, only a couple of rolls to make your guillotine. You need a 3+, and you have 3 attempts. Done.
Yeah, got it. Yep.
And your Wolverine needs a 2+, and you have 3 attempts.
Got it.
There you go. All right, now for me to fuck this up. This is like the reverse of me and Talos last night. Let me go ahead and get this copied first. All right, well, let's see. Quick draw needs a 4, 3 attempts. 1, 2, got it. The Phoenix Hawk doesn't need anything. Need a 5 for the Hunchback. 1, 2, got it. So all of the Wolverines mechs are repaired now. Got your mechs repaired now. That takes us to experience points. Alright, so Flip had 2 kills. We gave 1 to Tariq. Get 1 additional for winning. Go ahead and update the sheet of spreads, starting with the pilots. So we got
The
Cliff.
Phoenix Hawk was Bowie. Sorry, it was the Phoenix Hawk. So the kill should have gone to Bowie, not to Tariq.
You're right.
Yep.
Apologize where needed there.
Mhm.
All right. Clift gaining 4 experience points, 17 now. Tariq gains 2, taking him up to 16. And then Bui gets 3, taking her up to 12. And then your techs, we've got Lagumba gaining 2, 17. Turway gaining 2, 8. And Farinelli gaining 2, 12. And then we have the Wolverines. Fortunately, these 3 pilots only get 1. Well, one of them gets 2. So let's start with Man. Gets 1 up to 9. Kumar gets 1 going up to 12. And Amot gets 2 up to 6. And then the techs. What do we got? Buckler. That's it. I couldn't even read my own handwriting for a second there. Carlin and Whitfield. All right. Save that. Save that. And that should be everything. Yep. So we go back to Zoom. And we put us over here like that. And I think we see Olaf looking a little... Well, one, he's happy that you won. So there's that being read on his body language. But there's also a certain look of disappointment, you know, because I think he's kind of pulling for the Wolverines. If you haven't figured out by now, of course, Olaf has a certain regard for the underdog, except for the Nationals. They're always the underdog, and he doesn't give a shit about them anymore. The Nationals are the league whipping boys. That's what they are. And he says, well, Baron, congratulations on another win. Some really fine work on singing out there. He wouldn't say I seen. That's not his language.
Thank you, Olaf. And as always, let me pay credit to my opponent tonight, to Sarah and her team. They did a great job. Obviously, unfortunately, that I think that it wasn't really the terrain or the shooting. It was the reaction times. They just didn't get the good lines, and the Debutantes pilots managed to get in there where they needed to. But look, I feel for the Wolverines because as an expansion team, they're coming into a difficult competition. But I believe that if they stick it out, if they keep playing the way they've been playing, it's only a matter of time. And of course, the important thing is that there's a chance for our pilots to spend some time training between now and week 5 as well. So hopefully these Wolverines pilots will benefit from the experience they've gained and become better pilots on the field.
Indeed, I think we'll see some of that improvement soon, very soon, just because of how things work out. The Wolverines, as I said before, they're in a very precarious position. They're skating a very thin line between viability and not. They've lost every single match, but they've done it almost as if they have a certain grace or aplomb, if you will, in so doing. And they've managed, like I said, they've managed to stay in. So we're hoping to see better from them. We're hoping to see more from them. Debutantes, obviously. I have to say, Baron, or Isaac, I'm sorry. I have to say, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Debutantes. And frankly, previously, the Debutantes hadn't really piqued my interest a whole lot. And this year, you've got it. So congratulations, and we're looking forward to seeing a lot more from you as well.
Thank you. No, look, the team are very excited to be back here week after week. Looking forward to facing the Spirits next week. I'll be interested to see how they do in their matches this week.
Yes.
But overall, it's been a good encounter so far. I know. Look, obviously, we're 2-2. I feel that we probably that doesn't necessarily represent our greatest strengths. But at the end of the day, I'll take the victories where I can get them, and we got one today.
Indeed, and maybe the League of Officials should come up with some sort of recognition system for pilots that get more kills than anybody else on the field. Because right now, I do believe Miss Clift is right at the top and has created quite a margin for herself.
Well, I think the recognition that she'll probably receive is a very lucrative contract from a very wealthy Solera stable at some point in the future. Let's be honest. I've got these pilots for as long as they will need to stay here. But Alexandria is doing a fantastic job, and it's been interesting, right? With this opportunity to train, I think that she's looking to hone some more specific skills rather than just broadening her already skilled shooting and piloting. I think that she'd like to specialize in some areas.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for this match. It looks like our next match is already starting to get set up. So, Isaac, again, thanks for coming. Excuse me, thanks for coming in and hanging out, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Olaf, thanks as always for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Indeed. And of course, James, I gotta say, I'm gonna get you, damn it. I don't know what happens. I don't know what's going on with the Wolverines. I think I'm just getting similar to when you just can't get the dice rolls to go in your favor. I'm just getting the mechs into positions I can't really get out of. Or, for instance, I had jumped my Phoenix Hawk south, and I was intending to draw you away. I forget which one of your mechs, but at least one of them, trying to draw them away from a rear shot. And what I ended up doing was basically shooting myself in the foot. Perhaps even literally, because I think somebody lost a foot actuator.
I was lucky. Like I didn't anticipate you doing the DFA with the quick draw. I threw a lot of firepower in you to try and drop you out of the sky, and I was lucky that I got those 2 crits through on the engine and the gyro, because that meant that even though you didn't fall out of the sky, your chance of hitting the DFA was greatly reduced.
Yeah.
And because that would have been a DFA from a quick draw onto a Phoenix Hawk would not have gone well for the Phoenix Hawk for sure.
No, that was the deciding factor. It was picturing this. What's a quick draw? 55, I think. 60 tons, something like that.
60 tons. I think that's 60. Yeah.
And dropping it on the 45-ton Phoenix Hawk, I was just like, yeah, that's gonna hurt. And even in the numbers, like it was, I think I needed an 8, and it was going to be 18 to the Phoenix Hawk and 12 to the quick draw. And I was like, I got to do this. Like, we're in at crunch time, and that could have been very well the round that, had things gone differently, the match would have gone differently.
Yeah.
But
I'm just lucky you didn't get Princess Bot's luck today. That's all.
I'll tell you, that first round, the AC-10 that needed a 12 to hit, I was like, please. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I definitely was throwing up some pleatery. I was really hoping. That would have been just some sort of coup de grace. I'd have gotten one over on you. Good for that one. I might have surrendered the match just to let you have it. All right. Well, James, good match, good game. Looking forward to plenty more, obviously. You got anything else you want to throw out there?
It was a fast one too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like
it was 7 rounds, but still we got through it so quickly.
Yeah, well, like I was telling Talis last night when we did his match, I was like, wow, we got through the interview section and everything. It seemed like so fast. And the only thing I could think of is maybe in my head, I've gotten used to hosting player versus player matches. And now I'm doing these single players. I'm just getting through it so much faster, which is quite likely because, it's only 3 questions for you versus 3 questions for you and 3 for your opponent. But also, like, the match, we started last night at, I must say, 9, and caught the mistake by 10, and we still finished by, like, right around 11:10 last night. Everything. Like, we went through, like, the video you saw, if I hadn't said in the video that we had to restart, you probably wouldn't have known. Other than the fact that I had to explain it because we already resolved the MWE, and I wasn't going to redo that. I didn't think that was fair to him. But yeah, no, this match also went by pretty quick, and now I'm kind of dragging it out, so I'm gonna stop bumping my notes.
That's right, and you got Darius and Luke tomorrow, so
yeah,
see how that one goes.
Oh yeah, I'm very curious. I think I said this. I know I said this in the PowerPoint, or the PowerPoint episode, the recap. I said I want Luke to win, probably because I think what's gonna happen is the Dragonborn's gonna win. That might be why I want Luke to win. I can't pull too many favorites.
Everybody loves an underdog. Everybody loves underdogs.
Exactly, exactly. And I know on paper the Dragonborn are pretty well placed to win that fight. So, but we'll see how it goes. I'm curious and can't wait. I'm sure the viewers are as well. So
I'm gonna go watch the Australian Super Bowl basically.
There you go.
The football grand finals on today. So
there you go. All right, my friends, we're going to get out of here. Right. We're going to go do some Australian soccer ball thing or something, I guess.
Rugby.
There you go. All right, James, you got anything last chance?
No, I'm good.
All right, have a good one, my friends. We'll see you around.